do we account for the money that is given to the counties? But I wish to report also that already we are coming up with a policy. The National Treasury is coming with a national policy on intergovernmental fiscal transfers. So all the monies that will be transferred to the counties or other whatever agencies, there is going to be a clear policy on how that should be accounted for. And that would clearly help us in dealing with this challenge that presently we are facing.
Thank you. Perhaps one of the reasons why my members are in and out is that we have a speakers Kamkunji that was starting at 12 o'clock. So that also puts pressure on us to go and join that Kamkunji. But I think that you have done justice to the questions that we had sent to you. What I want to propose as the next steps is that the technical teams, and I'd like the project manager for this National Steering Committee to be in close contact with the PBO and with Parliament. We will do an assessment of the responses that have been submitted and see where the gaps are, and if there are certain gaps in terms of information, we can try to get the information back from the technical teams, and if that fails, then we will have to call the CS. But it was important for us to get the policy perspective from the CS. On systems, I think systems, we must also apply our minds to it, and I think we might need to have a separate session where we are looking at the entire systems landscape, because we would like to support you to have an efficient, automated government, e-government, and we must find a way of compelling county governments to automate their operations. I said earlier that you sit now at the national government, and you could go to a county that ideally ought to support the government because they voted for that government. But if the county government is underperforming, then the disaffection is not just, people sometimes cannot differentiate those two levels of government. Maybe the clever ones can differentiate, but if they go to hospitals and they don't find drugs, they'll say SHA is not working. They will not say the county government has failed. You talked about on-source revenue, and I am seeing a problem. Many counties had overestimated their OSR on the basis of fees from health facilities. Now, I've heard your colleague Duale talk about the need not to charge fees in level 1, level 2, level 3 hospitals. I mean, even Homabay County grew its own source revenue as a result of greater efficiency in collection of hospital fees. But with this new SHA arrangement, with these new health laws, should we expect them to continue collecting the hundreds of millions from health facilities? And yet they have built a budget on the basis of those collections. They have gone ahead and signed something with CPF, which I think is something we still need to discuss and find out whether the necessary guarantees were obtained and whether it is an arrangement that required guarantees. I think that's I'll have a one-on-one with you on that, since we come from the same county, to ensure that everything is done accordingly. But it was based on expectations that they were going to collect revenue. So if the health facility revenue is not coming, where will they plug the 500 or 400 million gap to ensure that that loan is repaid? So we will have some follow-up conversations, some before the committee, some